Oh hey guys, welcome back. So I know in my last video I said I was going to take a break in January. It's like, what is it, the 6th? I feel like fellow creators can also understand this. It's hard to predict when you feel the most creative and when you don't. And it could come at the weirdest times. Like, I really want to take a break, but I just am in the mood to film and edit. And a big part is because I got this new camera. Happy New Year. Oh my God, I didn't even say that. I invested in this new camera and I think I'm just excited because I want to try it out. And as per usual, there's so much to do. Planter wise, I named this video New Beginnings because I think I mainly want to go through either dividing plants today, whether that's Anthuriums, propagating, new camera. Oh my gosh, we'll see. I don't know. I think I want to get into the habit with every new video, have a spotlight on one of the plants that I'm currently obsessed with, and she was in the intro. It is my Anthurium red crystal. This is a hybrid from Woohoo Tropicals, I think. Is it? Anyhow, look at this new emergent. It is incredible. So they come out this purpley, like deep purple color with like the veining being a bit more light purple. Then they fade to like a dark green, and sometimes they can, hang on to some red tones, but not for too long. So yeah, this is the plant I see every morning and I'm just absolutely obsessed. I originally got this from David Confused Planto from the Prop Studio TO. Whew, man, I'm so happy. If y'all remember, like she didn't really show signs of being red or pink or purple or anything, even though both parents had really strong genes. Again, with the red crystal, it's maybe like a 5% chance that the offspring will have the characteristics of the parents, like the redness, I guess, or the big veins. And so I think I got pretty lucky. You can see that there's some leaves going, which is normal. That is the oldest leaf. And if y'all remember, there are two pups. So I have this one over here, which is pushing out that new leaf right here. The second one is this one. So cute. Oh my God. And then it has this, actually you can see the two right over there. They're just hanging out. I guess 3-ish plants in total. And this is the main plant. I have a feeling it's gonna be bigger than, let me just flip this leaf. I think it is gonna be bigger than this leaf. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just so in love though with this gorgeous purple. Plan is, I do want to separate this one. I think the last time I checked, they didn't have a big enough root system like the pups. And plus, every time there's a new leaf, I never like to touch it. And so I think I'm gonna wait. But I just want to start with the spotlight plant of the video. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could categorize this as like a new emergent. So yes, new beginnings. Oh, and one thing I'm so scared about, I forgot. Look, they're all in the reservoir. I'm gonna have to break some off and I'm just gonna walk you back because I think I'll show you where she lives, if y'all didn't know already, but oh gosh, I can't see a thing. I don't know if it's in focus. She lives right here. Sunblaster LED grow lights on for 11 hours a day, also against my west facing window, and she lives right against it. So let's put her back. And I just see the purple every morning. I think the next thing I'm gonna do, this is one of my Anthurium magnificum crossed with Ace of Spades, the tezula dark form. This plant popped in one direction and I'm kind of like digging in the pond and I'm pretty sure it's grown a root system that I can divide. So I do have my other one that is a lot darker. And so it's gonna be so exciting to compare the two. These are the main, or this is part of the main plant over here. The other side, there's 2 leaves and they're quite large for being like a pup. Right over here. And then right over here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show y'all, but we're gonna try our best. This is the place. It has pupped. This is the main plant on the right side. I think, cause you can see, look, that is attached, that root over there, to the new one, I hope. I did this thing before where I thought there was a root attached, but it wasn't that. So I'm really hoping. Yeah, that's totally attached right over there. Okay. And I think there might also be another one on the other side. Anyhow, the thing that I do, I just like to pull and hope for the best. Does anyone else do that? I'm gonna just pull. Yeah, there is another root. Yeah, we're just breaking it off. Oh, that's smaller than I thought. Y'all, that I thought it wasn't gonna be that close. Oh well. Do you know what? There's two. There's one aerial root there that hasn't like activated. I'm just kind of scared, but do you know what? I think it's fine. So, Mama will live in pond. Do you need to be watered? I haven't been fertilizing that much. Like once every month now. It is a lot colder in the room. It is freezing. Ask me why I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm just gonna put plain water. I did a myco, like a great white mycorrhizae watering recently. So yeah, that's her. Okay, let's look at the other one because I don't even know what I did here. I don't think it looks terrible. I've seen worse, but I'm really gonna have to rely on that new root. And so I think I'm gonna have to get rid of this leaf, unfortunately. Gosh, new beginnings for real. For real, okay. I got my tree fern over here. This one is a bit more dense. I separated this batch from my, big bin just because I found that this one would be best suited for propagations. I think there is more pon in here. So it is a lot heavier. I still did that drain test where I just kind of like put it in a planter, and then after I see how fast the water goes through it, running water over it. And so here's the mix. It doesn't really look like mixed properly. I'm using this self-watering planter. I know I always say I don't like these, and I don't. I just think the reservoir is so tiny. Like, look at those legs. They are so short. That means the reservoir, when this indicator is full, or when it says it's full up here, that means this much of the bottom of the pot is full. Which isn't a lot in the reservoir, especially when you're doing a propagation. Anyhow, I'm just gonna see what happens. Keep it close by. Make sure it doesn't dry out completely. And is there a reason I'm doing tree fern? I just want to see the difference. I've only grown this one in pond. Now, I've had props fail on me that look this way, where they don't have like a big root system, or even the bottom where it's not like a clean cut. When you don't have a clean cut, there is more of a chance that the bad bacteria can get into like all the cuts inside. And so, yeah, it's not the greatest, situation. I think I would feel more comfortable if there was more branching of the root system, but it's just two main roots. Speaking of new beginnings also, I need some new shears. I'm not really good at keeping shears clean and dry, so they tend to like rust. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this here. Goodbye. And the reason why I'm cutting it is because in moments of shock where you take that big root system away, and just seeing just those two roots on this one, I know it was relying heavily on the main plant, like the mother plant. I'm just taking a zip tie. I put a cake dough for support, but the biggest thing the plant needs to focus on right now is roots. It's not foliage. So sometimes when you have too many leaves, the plant kind of is still under so much stress because it's trying to keep those leaves alive. And there can be methods where it pulls mobile nutrients from older growth. I am gonna put more. It's like not stable at all, but I think when I wet it and put more, like I'm trying to grab more pon here because it's just not stable. I think that did it. Oh my God, cutie. Maybe I'll bring this one to work. Okay, so I'm just putting some water. Okay, I'm back. I think I'm gonna cut this leaf in half. I know I get a lot of, people ask if that's necessary. Again, it's back on what I was saying about like, there's less of the plant that the plant needs to keep alive while also working on a root system as well. So I don't know if that makes sense. I'll show you an example in a bit, and I'm really excited to show you this new one. I'm just cutting the leaf in half so there's less leaf. I'm gonna blast this with light and we'll see what happens. Oh my God, that was like the perfect pivot to this next one. I'm so excited. Anthurium, the camera's swaying. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna show you the half leaf that I did back in, I guess, the end of December, beginning of October. So at this point, it's like two-ish, three-ish months. I got this Anthurium dressleri from Secret Plant Show in Vancouver. And this was the one that Brandon, my secret plant stash, was telling me there's a lot of reds, and I saw it too.
Honestly, I was really surprised because this is actually one of my favorites.
That one has like a different, like,
It has
yeah,
a
I
really
can see
different
it.
vibe.
Yeah.
So usually when you see a dress like this, so those were all grown outdoor. You know, in our environment,
Yeah.
they can go a lot darker.
Right, I see,
Yeah.
okay.
It's already like this color.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
will definitely go a lot darker than
Yeah.
this.
Okay, can I grab that one then?
You want this one?
Yeah. Do you see the color though? Because I know what you're talking about. I see the difference too. Oh.
Yeah, that one I've been eyeing on it. I was like, why is no one picking that one up?
Yeah, because
it's crazy.
because it's quite different. I can see it. Okay, I'm. Look. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see it? Oh my god. Wow. I know this might not look like much. This is a big deal. Oh, I should have picked you for plants that I'm obsessed with. Okay, a week ago, I was like, okay, that's gonna be the size it's gonna be. Comparing last week to this week, it's a lot bigger now. I am so shocked. Let me get closer. Do you see this? Wow. And because it was the first leaf, I was just so surprised. Wow. I'm so curious to see what it's gonna look like hardened off. If you watched that Secret Plant Show video, Brendan and I talked about, I think we talked about the different conditions that where people grow plants, and sometimes the leaves can look different. Like I find that when you get plants that are imported from like Asia, they have these like really, like the leaves are more light, they're more bleached. I'm thinking because they have a lot more light, whereas in our environments, in our home environments, we have less light, and there's actually some anthuriums that do so well when they're not getting a lot of light. And with that also, there's some that present darker. And so it looks so pillowy. I don't know if you can see it. It looks so pillowy. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe it looks so good. New leaf, new emergent. This is what I was saying. Who cares about the one leaf you leave it with? You're focusing on that root system. Once that root system has rebuilt itself, then you'll be rewarded with this beautiful foliage. So in that tree fern mix that I talked about before, self-watering planter, I think that's very important. But yeah, again, another example. This is why I cut my leaves in half. I mean, you can achieve the same result without doing that, but there's always a chance that your plant will bounce back. And so for me, like my style of doing these things is to give yourself the best chance. Eliminate all the unnecessary foliage. If you see the root system's really small, also limit the only leaf there and just blast it. Blast it with light. Y'all know me. I did this with my Anthurium metallicum, who's ginormous now. Okay, I feel like at this point we were doing too many Anthuriums, but I have my Monstera Burle Marx flame. This is the one that I have been air layering in tree fern mix with a Ziploc, doing my Ziploc method. I did it earlier here, over here. I didn't keep the fern moist, so I don't even know if those roots are still okay. Look at this root. Wow, incredible. That is amazing. You can see like the droplets. I was waiting for this new leaf to harden off. Wow. And then that's the one before. I actually don't know what's happening here. Do you see all the tips? It's getting a little crispy. I don't know, sometimes when my grow lights touch it, then it can look like that, but it's kind of showing with the other ones, you see. This is the plan. We're gonna chop this top part, and then there are two aerial roots that look pretty healthy still. So starting here, and it just continues. Oops, not focus. Oh well. And then there's another one on this side. Do you see that? So, I don't know if I feel comfortable putting them in a substrate yet. I think I might put them in water first, wait for the roots to grow, and then I'll assess also the node over here. We are cutting right below this ball here, but also above this root. We want to preserve this because there is another petiole and leaf attached to this node here with the root. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. We will deal with that in a bit. But let's look at this. So honestly, it's pretty clean. I'm gonna cut again over here. A new, ooh, did I cut, oopsies. Did I cut it? It doesn't, It looks like I accidentally cut it. Anyways, I was gonna say preserve the axillary bud, which is this, because that's where the new plant is gonna grow. It's okay, I've had times where I cut, for example, my Thai constellation, and it was like cutting right through this axillary bud and it still pushed out a growth point. Where is the bud though? So right here, that's where the new plant will grow. Huge root, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's almost too long. I don't know if I wanna cut it, but the leaf looks gorge. Okay, so root system here. I think I'm just gonna risk it. You can see that I cut this plant at this point. I don't know if there's a small node on this side. Either way, that's okay. There is one, like a bud, sorry. There's one over here. Future Kevin zoom in. It is right over there. And you can see that this was the original plant, single node propagation. It came out of the bud, then it grew, propagated again, grew from this bud. I'm just kind of using this one as a mother, like propagator kind of plant. Let's make a chop here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is hard. Oh my gosh. Oops. Root system, kind of dry, but it still looks healthy to me. And yeah, it's just gonna be so great watching. You know, this is the before of this one. It's gonna be so gorgeous because this one already has a big root system in the pond. So again, there's that bud looking really good. But here is this beauty. Can you believe 6 fennies? I can't believe that. Wow. We're left with this. Do you see? Gorgeous. Wow. I think I'm gonna really push this down to the bottom of the planter here, just because I feel that there's gonna be a new aerial root here. And I kind of want to put it as close to the base. I'm not gonna do moss pole because I don't think I have any right now. I think I have a couple, but I have like plans for those ones. Okay, the tripod is swaying too much. I have no idea if there's like a motor in the camera that I'm not aware of that's making it sway. Okay, you can see that I didn't really mix this batch properly and that's very tree fern heavy without any of the amendments. I think that's okay. I know it's not covering the where I said I wanted it covered, but it'll be closer to the substrate. I think it's over here, so that'll be okay. I'm just gonna shake it a little bit. Okay, here's the plant in its new home. How exciting. Okay, so this is the planter. And I'm just gonna water it, and hopefully, with that one root, I hope it does okay. It's hard, like sometimes there's plants that are more resilient than others. Like I find that Monsteras are actually pretty resilient to having just the one root. And I don't know if they're just easier to branch, like the root system. Yeah, it's flowing just fine. Even with just tree fern by itself, like it's a substrate that has really good aeration. Again, these ones I'm just gonna put in water. These ones over here, just water. So is this vessel gonna be perfect, everyone? Okay, my brother-in-law got me this vase. And it was like, I don't know if this is actually Prada brand. Anyways, it came with this. Isn't this hilarious? It's a vase. I don't know. Oh, this is gonna look so good. Let me just see. Let me just place it down. I'm gonna have to be careful though. I'm gonna like think this is an actual vase, and I'm just gonna have to like, I'm gonna pull it from here and not the actual vessel. Is this perfect? It's actually perfect. Don't fall over though. Is this perfect? Shut up. Whoa. Okay, I do need to fill it up a little bit more. Do you see? This is perfect. Oh my god, okay. Oh, also, remember, okay, I read Anderson that I posted about this on my Instagram. This is one of the propagations, so she's still a babes, but look at that pink. This is one of the leaves, the only leaf that existed before, but look at that. Here's the thing. Previously said that I think that the red Anderson behaves more like a pink princess, where it does rely a lot on warmth to express the pink. Still a theory, obviously I haven't proven it, but it's just based on what I've heard as well. This place is cold. It is winter, it is December. Like cuttings were in a vessel of water. literally for, I don't even know, it's gonna be so embarrassing, like 4 months? 4 months. West facing window. The window doesn't get warm. This is the second one. There's pink. Do you see? I don't know. Anyways, I put the cuttings in tree fern. I was like, you're a philodendron. You're easy. You don't need so much light. So I kept them where they were since they were used to that environment. And so I'm gonna hope the same with my flames, like so resilient. Behind the garbage, that's where she's living. Okay, how are we feeling, everyone? Should I just, I think I just have to cut the Ziploc. Yeah, look at those roots. They still look okay. Again, I haven't watered this ball situation in like months, and I'm not even exaggerating. I don't know how the lighting's gonna be, everyone. I think it's decent. I'll see in post. This is all a test. This is the first time I'm like filming. I'm still playing around with the settings. By the way, this is my Sony FX30. Some people might think is overkill for a YouTube channel where I show my plants. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank y'all for sticking around, and I will join you in the next one.